Hi book friends! Today's episode of Biblio Happy Hour is brought to you by Biblio Finder, a new online directory for independent bookstores. Biblio Finder allows users to find bookstores worldwide based on your current or planned location. Hi book friends! Welcome to Biblio Happy Hour, a podcast that's sharing bookseller stories, what's new in books, and everything bookish. I'm your host, Victoria Wood. In today's show, we'll be talking to Kristina Heaton, and she is from Once Upon a Time Bookshop, located in Beaver Creek, Ohio. Before I get started with today's show, I just wanted you to know that you can tune in to our Biblio news segment every Monday right here on Biblio Happy Hour. We'll be sharing new releases for the week, other titles to look out for in future, bookstore events, and what's trending. Looking for more bookish content? You can listen to our off-the-cuff discussions, get top-shelf monthly recommendations, behind-the-scenes content, perks, and more over on our Patreon page. Patreon allows listeners like you to support a show you love, plus it helps us to grow and embark on new and amazing projects for both the book and bookstore community. It's super easy, so just check out the details and the different levels you can support us over at patreon.com/bibliofinder. And wherever you're listening to this podcast, please don't forget to share, subscribe to the show, and leave us a rating and review. Alrighty everyone, let's talk with our guest. Kristina, thank you so much for coming on the show, and welcome to Biblio Happy Hour.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to spend this time with you.
Oh, I'm so happy you're here. So really quick before we get started, are you a coffee or a tea person?
Coffee all the way.
You start your day with coffee always?
Every day, and then several times through the day as well.
All right, absolutely. Alrighty, so let's get to talking about your bookstore. Tell us about Once Upon a Time, tell us where you're located, and share a bit about your town.
Sure. So Once Upon a Time Bookshop is located in Beaver Creek, Ohio. We are a suburb of Dayton, Ohio, which is about an hour north of Cincinnati. So kind of a nice little town with many suburbs around it. We are a cookbook centered store, so all of our titles are either cookbook or food related titles. So we have lots of memoirs as well, and also some fiction spread in there as well. Our area is just full of foodies, and when I was developing the concept for the bookstore, I thought that a cookbook store would be great for this area.
Okay, tell us, when did you first open your doors?
We opened in April of 2018. Word of mouth is great, and once people stumble upon us, they keep coming back. So that's been wonderful, and people keep finding out about us as well. So that's good. The word of mouth is just what's keeping us in business because, gosh, let's be honest, independent bookstores right now, it's a little hard to be in this business, but it's wonderful. I love to share the books that I have on the shelves. It's so much fun to see people's face when they come in to explore and they discover a new title or something that they had when they were younger. We are both new and used, so we have quite a few vintage titles as well.
Oh wow, that's amazing. Now the one thing I'm super curious about, especially when I just discovered Once Upon a Time online, is that you guys actually have culinary classes, cooking classes, both for adults, kids. Tell our listeners more about that.
We do. So when we were looking for space, we stumbled across a storefront here in town that had a full kitchen, and that was kind of in our business plan that we knew that we needed to have something special. So culinary classes were kind of our in there, and we found the space with the full kitchen. So we have a whole host of different events. Coming up, we have a food photography class. So that's going to be fun. She's going to do a charcuterie board, and then we're going to photograph it. We have vegan classes. We have gluten-free classes. We've had keto classes in the past. We have whatever is unique. We have it. We did a kombucha class a few months ago, and then we have a whole host of kids classes and kids events, because really the sooner you can get a child in the kitchen and learning how to cook, the better. They're learning healthy ways to eat. They're learning that cooking is not a chore, that it can be fun. So this summer we've had camps every week, and most of them are full now. So and that's coming off, last year being our first year, we only had a few people coming in for camps, but this year we've had such an amazing response, and I know that that's from the community and them just embracing this concept.
Yeah, absolutely. Give readers and book lovers and just people who might wander into your area a visual of what they can expect when they're walking in your bookstore.
Sure. Well, you walk into our front door, and it's on the side where all of the books are, and all of the kitchen gifts and gadgets. We have a few of those sprinkled in throughout too, and we have a great health food section, a health cookbook section. Our baking section is in the front because people love our baking cookbooks. We have beverages, so cocktails, coffees, teas, smoothies, anything, sauces in your blender, anything like that. We also have, as I said before, we have a great selection of fun vintage books dating back to the late 1800s. So those have been fun to find. We have celebrity chef books. We have just general cooking books. We have vegan and vegetarian, international, regional United States, holiday cookbooks, meat and seafood cookbooks, entertaining cookbooks. And then we have a great little section of foodie fiction and memoirs and biographies, historical references even. So we have something for everyone, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that.
I really don't think so. So on that note, I'm really curious. Was this something you always, envisioned? Is this something you planned on doing? Or was this just an opportunity that presented itself to you and you decided to, I'm going to jump on this? I mean, did you always know you're going to open a bookstore, just one food-centered, and even having cooking classes?
No, it was really not something that I thought I would ever do. I've always loved books. I was an English major back in college, but I never thought that I would own a bookstore back in that time. When I started my career, I was in nonprofit development and fundraising. And I did that for about 15 years, and that's a very stressful job. And it was starting to really the stress was starting to affect my health. So my husband, we talked about it, and he was very supportive of me finding out what my dream was. And the plan was to spend 2018 kind of figuring out what that dream is. What do I really want to do with my life? Almost sort of like a midlife crisis. But, I thought about, if I think about what really excites me, it would be opening up a bookstore. So I started doing some research, and I realized, I can't compete with, number one, I can't compete with Amazon. Nobody can. I can't compete with the big stores like Barnes and Noble or Books and Company, those bigger bookstores. I can't compete with that. So I needed to have something special. So just through thinking about what our area is like, and then kind of what's trending out there, I realized that there are just so few cookbook-centered stores out there. And I really do believe that our area, being kind of up and coming, very food-centered, there's some exciting things happening in the community as a whole right now. I thought it was perfect timing, something like this. I'm not a cook. Cooking is not something that I've always enjoyed, but always enjoyed cookbooks, and I love the research aspects of it.
Right. No, absolutely. Hey guys, listen to the full podcast episode over on our Patreon page. So Patreon allows listeners like you to support the show as well as our online directory for independent bookstores. You'll also get additional perks for joining, such as discount codes for some awesome products and services. You'll be able to share your input and submit questions for the show, get behind the scenes content, weekly business updates, shout outs, plus lots more. That's patreon.com/bibliofinder. I'm really looking forward to talking with you there.